Alright guys, welcome to a brand new episode of In the Kitchen, and this week I have something great for you guys. I'm going to be doing a bourbon steak and broccoli with some spinach inside of it, and I'm serving it with a Mediterranean rice. You don't want to miss this. Keep it locked. In the Kitchen. Let's cook. In the Kitchen. Okay guys, like I said, we're going to be making a beef and broccoli, and this beef and broccoli is not like your traditional beef and broccoli. We're going to be changing it up a little bit because you don't know already how I like to cook. Make things twist up a little bit different from the traditional way. So right here I have my beef already marinated. You can always marinate your beef before, have your ingredients, everything ready. I'm going to sprinkle my Old season, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of paprika, just to marinate it, so that way a little bit extra marination is always good. A little bit of pepper flakes and you're good to go. At this point I'm going to put some fresh garlic, and after I put my fresh garlic, then I'm just going to add a little bit of scallion over it. Not too much, because you're going to add some more, a little bit of onion, so that way we can get the marination going, so everything can come together quite fine. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil inside my pot to make the oil nice and hot. You don't want to make it too hot. So at this point I'm then gonna add a little bit of teriyaki sauce. Now the teriyaki sauce, you can also add a little bit of soy sauce as well to give it that nice Asian flavor. Some fresh thyme, and you're good to go with a little bit of fresh thyme. At this point now, all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take a little bit also of my steak seasoning and a little bit of Scotch bonnet pepper. A little Scotch bonnet pepper, you can't go wrong. Be careful with Scotch bonnet pepper, and you're gonna mix it in quite well. Just let it marinate a little bit more, not too much. Also make sure that your hands are clean. As you know, in the kitchen, health comes first and safety comes first. So we're just gonna mix it up a little bit. At this point, I'm then gonna pour it into my oil that's already hot. Be careful, you don't want to get burned. Pour it in. After you pour it in, you're just gonna let it saute a little bit. At this point, you're just gonna put it together, sprinkle a little bit of fresh season on it. And when you sprinkle the fresh season, you're just gonna put a little bit of the red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and just put it together. Yep, just like this. I'm gonna put a little bit of more of the teriyaki sauce into it with a little bit of steak sauce. Let it cook for a little bit. Just let it cook. Saute him a little bit, turn him over. Not too much. Make sure that your fire is nice and low. You don't want it too hot because you don't want it to cook too fast. I'm gonna add a little bit of spinach, because like I say, I always like to twist stuff up a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit more scallion, so that way it can come together. At this point, I'm gonna put my broccoli in. I kind of pre-cook my broccoli a little bit, just to make it a nice al dente, because I don't want it. The beef is almost finished cooked, so at this point, I'm gonna put my broccoli in. Just gonna let it saute, stir him around a little bit. I'm gonna add also a little bit of bourbon. Right, see, the bourbon give me that nice flame, and at the same time give me a nice flavor going for it. Bourbon, steak and broccoli, well, you know about that. Looking real good. So I'm just gonna let this saute down for a little bit. Let it cook for probably about, I'll say about 4 minutes or so. Nice and slow. Let them cook nice and slow. And I'm gonna serve this over some yellow rice, Mediterranean yellow rice, which I think would be super great. I don't have to worry too much about the veg, because the veg is also the broccoli and the spinach. That already give me my veg, so I'm good with that. So it's just the rice, and you're just gonna finish them off with a final touch of seasoning, just to make sure everything is on point with your flavor, and you're good. Let it cook for probably another, I would say another 3 more minutes. Just check your flavor, make sure your flavor is there, exactly what you're shooting for. That's the flavor profile that you're getting. Let it cook real nice, real simple. As I said, food is supposed to be flavorful and food is supposed to be memorable. As you can see right here, I put a little bit of butter in, not too much, so it can help me build that nice rich gravy that I'm shooting for. Looking real good now, guys, right? So now we're gonna get our plate together and we're gonna do plating and presentation, because I think this is almost done and this is ready. So my plate, as I say, I'm gonna do some Mediterranean rice, which is real simple. This is a yellow rice with a black bean, and it also have red bell pepper, green bell pepper, onion. And now we're gonna put our broccoli and beef and spinach, bourbon, broccoli and beef and spinach. Just put it aside, looking real good, real flavorful. I'm gonna serve this with 2 slices of avocado, which I think will be perfect. And what will go well with a dish like this is a nice glass of red stripe beer or a white wine, and you should be good. So until I catch you next week, we're there in the kitchen. Bourbon, steak, and broccoli. Keep it locked. Catch you next week.